Welcome to the Move for Good. My name is Katie. This is your core workout. Let yourself experience this any time of day, and you can take this anywhere to work the most effective and efficient component of your body that translates into the rest of your movements. We're going to get juicy here today, and all you need is a small hand towel and a mat. So grab that. Find your way down into a kneeling position. If you need a little bit extra cushioning underneath your knees, you can fold your mat in half a couple of times, or you can put an extra towel underneath your knees. Find your knees right underneath your hips. Find the tops of your feet down into the ground. Take your towel each end. Take a stretch. Reach your towel up over your head. Then pull your elbows down so your towel goes behind your head. Then lift back up and feel a stretch. Then lower down to your thighs. Do that again. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, try to tear your towel apart. Pull your elbows down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower down. Two more just like that before we add a little bit of rotation. Exhale, pull. Feel how your muscles work in all the directions and playing against the resistance that we live in, the air, the space that you are in. Press up, big stretch like you're holding onto a monkey bar, back down. Now this time we're gonna add a rotation on our way back up. Pull down, lift up, rotate over to your right. Come back to the center and lower down to your thighs. Lift your towel straight up. Pull your towel behind your head. Press up, exhale and rotate over to your left. Come back to the center and lower down. Do that again. Lift up, pull behind your head, lift up, rotate to your right. Oh, Soph, I love our view on your end. Lower down, lift all the way up. Now, as you're going through these movements, think about a strong gust of wind coming at you, the front side of you, and you're gonna brace the center of your body to not get pushed over. This time, reach your towel up, bring your towel behind your head. Good. Pull your shoulders back, step your right foot forward into a lunge, and just feel how your hip opens up, and then rotate your left elbow towards your right leg, and then come back to the center. Release and replace your right knee. Then take your left foot out in front of you. Feel how that feels. It's going to be a little bit unstable at first. Rotate and come back to the center. Imagine holding onto a long dowel like a broomstick. And you can even grab one if you have one around you at this point. If you don't have a towel, to support you. Take your left foot forward. Rotate. Now be intentional with your moves. A lot of our movements as we get into this game of life become automatic because our muscles in our body is so smart. But this is our opportunity to go into the box of all the wires and reset. Come back to the center. Again on your left, and then we have one more right and one more left. See if you can get a little bit more stretch, but you do not lose the strength. One more on your left. Then come back and bring your right foot forward and hold. Bring your towel up and over your head. Pull your towel out in front of you. Turn your left hand down and right hand up. You're going to take a diagonal line down to your left and up to your right. Down and up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, so many components that are happening right here, right now. Be sure that your upper thigh doesn't wave in or out. So stamp your right foot down into the ground and keep your right thigh solid in place. Shoulders are relaxed and your posture is tall. Then imagine your towel like a marker, and you're gonna draw a bigger line down to the ground and up to your ceiling every single time you move. You have 4 more. Here's 1, and lift. Try to rip your towel apart. and lift. 3, 1 more, and we switch sides. Bring your towel in front of you. You should feel some back work and some shoulder work with that as well. Switch your other foot forward. Push your towel out in front of you. Try to rip it apart. Then anchor down. Right hand down, left arm up. Draw a line. And lift. Down. And up. Think about rinsing and twisting through the center of your body. It's not just your arms drawing the movement. It's your center. All the muscles that connect your spine. Then connect up into your upper body and down into your lower body. Draw your line a little bit bigger. 4 more. You have 4. And lift. Awesome job. 3. And lift. 2. 1 more. Yes. Bring your towel in. You're going to come down onto your back. For this one, I do suggest rolling your mat down in half because we're going to go into the bridge work. So you want most of your floor underneath you. Now, with your heels on your towel, you're going to find yourself down on your back. Hands are down next to your hips. You're going to start with a glide out. Now, if you don't have a towel or a floor surface that slides and glides, you can find some paper or plastic plates, or just do one single leg reaching out at a time. In 4, try to rip that towel apart with your heels and glide both legs out. 2 counts. Out. 2. And in. 2. You could always throw on a pair of socks too and feel how your feet can glide along the surface of your floor. Now, as you're doing this, stretch and extend your legs and find a connection of your heels down to the ground and draw a line in the floor. Press out. 2 and in. And as your legs and your heels slide back into your body, turn on those deep muscles in your core and really activate to pull some friction and some activation. Breathe out as you come in. Breathe in as you go out. Yes, ribs are pulling down to the ground. Out. 2 and in. 2, out. Now lift your hips up in the air. Lift your hips up. 2 counts. Up. 2, down. Now slide your legs straight out. Out. 2, lift your hips up. 2 counts in the air. Up. 2, lower down. Press your heels out. Out. 2, find that same activation the whole way through. Lift your hips up. 2, down. 2, extend your legs. You have 2 more just like that. Up 2 in a bridge. Breathe out. Breathe in. Press out. Pull in. 1 more. Lift your hips. Up. 2. Lower down. Heel glides. Out. 2. Now hip bridge singles 8 times. 8. Lower. 7. 6. 5. Squeeze your glutes. You have 4. You have 3. You have 2. Hold at the top. Little pulse up and down. Feel how your core meets the area of your hips. Strengthen right into your glutes. 3, 2, and 1. Take 1 foot off of your towel. Keep your hips lifted. Now again, if you don't have a towel underneath your foot, you can just use your foot to extend. Press your leg with the towel out and pull it back in. Maintaining a bridge, lift with your hips so your hips are off of the ground. Pull in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Press. And pull and try again to get a connection of your heel down to the ground. 2 more. Really extend. Pull in. 1 more. Extend. Keep your hips lifted. You're going to switch your towel over to your other foot. Anchor all 4 corners of your foot that's down into the ground. Now glide your other leg out. Out. 2. and in for 2. Glide out. Try not to let your hip drop of your leg that's extending. Keep it in the same level as your anchored hip. Pull in. That's it. Take your time. Out. Pull in. Press. And pull. You have 2 more right here. Keep your hips lifted. Out. You can use your hands to help that support of your center. 1 more. Out. And in. Now bring both heels on your towel. If you want, we're going to extend our legs out. Go as far as you can today. Press out to count. Out. 2. And in. 2. 3 more like that. Go as far as you want to go. And in. 2. Really brace your center. Out. And if that's too much, simply drop your hips. 1 more. Out. 2. Pull in. Lower your hips down. Roll to sit up. Extend your legs out in front of you. Give yourself a forward fold. Yes, you're going to feel your hamstrings on that. Yes, you're going to feel your glutes. You should felt your core the whole way through. Come all the way up. You're seated right at the edge of your mat. We're going to draw some snow angels with this one. So grab your towel in one hand. You're going to have your fingers just rested on top of your towel like you're going to clean the floor. Keep your knees in line with your hips and your feet on this. Heels can be down in the ground and top half of your feet can be lifted. Reach one arm out that doesn't have your towel for counterbalance. Other arm draws back and reach a diagonal line straight behind you as far as you can go. Then lift back up. Breathe in. Breathe out. I love the way you work it. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3 down, 5 to go. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4 more. Try to go for length here. You're not laying your body fully down on the ground. You're letting your body stretch through your towel. Lift. Yes, 2 more. 1 more. Try to sit up as tall as you can. Now swing your towel underneath your legs. Give your towel to your other hand. Other arm reaches out. Sweep your floor. Back 2 counts. Reach. Your arm extended out is used for counterbalance. So really think about reaching and stretching through your opposite hand. 5 to go. 4 more. Feel how your abdominals stretch on the way out. And you're starting to add that rotation and lateral side body. 1 more. Transfer your towel underneath your feet. Give it to your other hand and reach back. Same thing you did before, but now you're going to transfer underneath your feet and reach to the other side. Start to get just a little bit of coordination now through your body. And as you come up through the center, you can look at the alignment of your legs. So as you're going back, you're keeping your knees, your ankles, and your hips all in line with one another. Reach back. Yes. And if you find that you have a little bit of an issue with that, suggestion and tip as your coach to put a towel in between your inner thighs. Your inner thighs have a huge part of activating and stabilizing your core. Good. 2 more each side. Your floors are going to be so nice and clean by the end of this. 1 more each way. Big stretch. Yes, team. Come all the way up. Flip over onto your stomach. Now you want your chest down to the end of your mat. Take your towel out in front of you, the long way. Pinkies are right on the outside edges of your towel, but they're on it. Thumbs are up. Tops of your feet are pushing down into the ground. We're gonna glide your shoulder blades down into your back pockets, lifting up head, neck, and shoulders to strengthen all the muscles along your spine. So you're pushing down through your pinky fingers, and you're still trying to rip that towel apart lengthwise as you're coming up. Pull your chin in towards your throat like you're holding a tangerine in between your chin and your chest. And as you come up, there's no bending of your elbows. You're simply sliding and gliding and using the muscles of your back to lift up. To get a little bit more help in this move, think about activating the thigh or the muscles in your thighs. So you can even feel your kneecaps start to pull off of the ground. Yes, look straight down. We have 4 more. Here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. Hold at the top of 4. Little pulse out and in. Out, in. You're going 2 inches out and you're pulling 2 inches back in and up. Reach, pull. Tuck your chin. 8 more. 8, 7. You can feel all the muscles fire up along your spine. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend your arms out. Whoo! Bring your hands in. Take your hands underneath you. Come to your knees. Push back child's pose. Then grab your towel and find your way up to standing. You're going to roll your towel up into a tight little ball and place it in between your legs. So hold on to it for dear life. Bring your fingertips right behind your ears. Start to feel, though, before we go any further, that towel is not forcing your feet to push to the outer edges of your feet. You want to take the inner edges of your feet and pull down just as equal as the outer edges of your feet. Fingertips right behind your ears as if you're pulling a cord through your head to lift you up even taller. Take a squat down 2 counts. Squeeze your towel as much as you can. Lift up 2 counts. Breathe in as you sit back. Imagine a chair right behind you. Squeeze down through your heels, up into your inner thighs, and let your core drive the strength of the depth and the length of your movement. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more like that. Drop. Make this so intentional, team. 1 more. At the top, rotate over to your right. Bring your left elbow forward, right elbow back. Come to the center, take a squat down. Lift up. Rotate over to your left. Right elbow forward, left elbow back. Take a squat. Lift up. Rotate. Take an awareness and observation into your body and notice that you're not moving just from your lower back. You're moving through all muscles in between your head, your arms, and your legs. Team, I want you to think that towel in between your legs has water in it, and you've got to wring it out. Your job is to wring that towel until it is dry, and I mean bone dry. Take 1 more each way. Awesome job. If you do any sitting throughout the day, which we all do, this is so good for your hips to open up. Now bring your hands down to the floor. Keep that towel in between your legs. Take a walk out in a plank. Do not lose your towel. Hold for 3. Hold for 2. All you're gonna do is walk back until you have a hovering tabletop. So your knees are hovering right over the ground, 1 to 2 inches. 4 times you're gonna tap your knees and lift up. Let's go 4, up, 3. It's a slight tap of your knees to the floor. Walk your hands back to your feet. Don't lose your towel. Sit back into your hips. Hands behind your ears. You're in a squat position. Stand up and rotate to your right. Squat down. Stand up and rotate to your left. Squat down, hands to the ground. Walk out. Do not lose your towel. Full plank. Hold for 3. Hold for 2. Walk back to a hovering tabletop. Knees are 1 to 2 inches off the ground. 4 taps. 4, 3, 2. Walk your hands back to your feet. We have 2 more rounds of that. Sit into a squat. Fingertips behind your ears. Stand up and rotate. Now the heat is coming on. That's not your thermostat, that's your body, by the way. Sit down, hands to the ground. Walk out, high plank. Hold your active plank for 3, 2. Walk back, hover tabletop. Knees are right over the ground. 4 taps. 4, 3, they're gentle taps. 2. Walk your hands back to your feet. 1 more round. Sit into your squat first. Hands behind your ears. Stand up, rotate. Squat and rotate. Woo. Down to the ground, walk out plank. They're getting stronger and stronger every single time. Hold for 3. Hold for 2. Walk back, hover tabletop. Knees are right over the ground. 4 taps. This is your last round. 4, 3, 2. Walk your hands back to your feet. Sit back into your hips. Stand up. Woo. Release your towel from your inner thighs. Holy bucket. All right, last set. We're gonna work some pulley systems. Take your towel and try to rip it apart once again in your hands. We're gonna go to one side where you're pulling your elbow down to one rib and then down to the other rib. Take a couple of these. When you pull your elbow down to one rib, feel a stretch on the opposite side. Then feel the work it takes to pull back up. That's it, Jen. Yes, Rhonda. Yes, Elizabeth. That's it, Krista. 2 more. Yes, Sophia. Yes, Dawn. 1 more each way. Awesome, Nancy. Great job, Lauren. Now, hold your towel up over your head. Take a side lunge over to your right. Sit into your right hip and pull your left elbow to your left rib. Then stand up and cross your right foot over your left and pull your right elbow to your left rib, or right rib. Side lunge over to your right. Left elbow to your left rib. Stand up and cross. Right elbow, right rib. Feel the stretch and the strength. You're gonna look like you're auditioning for a Jackie Chan movie. And that's where this grace and this strength really comes into play. Crossing your foot in front of the other one is a term called crossing your midline, which makes your core fire up and trains all the muscles down through the center of your body. Inner thighs, deep muscles. The muscles that help you stabilize. Maybe when you slip on something wet or frozen, those are the muscles where you will catch yourself a lot faster. 3 more. 2 more. One more. Yes, switch sides. Give yourself enough runway. Team, you want to feel that pulley system of these muscles in between your ribs and your hips really working in this movement. Arms up. Take a side lunge over to your left. Right elbow pulls to your right rib. You stretch through your left side body. Then come all the way up and cross your left foot over your right and pull your left elbow down. Side lunge. The objective of this move, though, is not a deep side lunge. The objective of this move is to catch and hinge back into your hip, to give your body length, to give your spine room to move and room to catch. So you want to be sure that you can see your towel in your eyeball view the entire time. Relax your shoulders, and if your arm's out in front of you or over your head, don't work for you. Bring your arms out in front of you and just tilt your towel down and up. We have 3 more, team. At some point in our lives, we're gonna have to reach our arms over our head. So the more you can work through how to neutralize and how to strengthen your arms being over your head in movement, the more effective you'll be as the years pass by. Last one. Bring your towel out in front of you, down to your legs, roll your shoulders back. Lift and stretch your towel up. Pull behind you. Lift up and lower down. Do that again. Let this be your stretch. Pull, lift, and lower. But as you're stretching, there's so much awareness here. So as you're pulling out in front of you, you feel how your feet pull down even deeper into the ground as your arms go further over your head. And as you pull your towel down behind you, you feel like you're pulling something really heavy from the ceiling down to your back. 2 more. Breathe in, breathe out. 1 more. Breathe in, breathe out. Whew. Take a solid rotation over to your right. Come back to the center. Pull over to your left. Try to pull as far as you can go. Follow your eyeballs to your left hand. Come back to the center. 1 more each way. Get a stretch. Pull right. Come back to the center. And go to your left. Awesome job. Take your towel. Whip it around. This is all you need to get some energy, to reset the wires in the system, and to be the strongest version of you. Way to show up today as you always do. I love you so much. I can't wait to do it with you again soon. Great job, y'all.